Hello, humans. Some years ago, I had a vision. I was in the Negev desert. I mean, I was actually in the Negev desert. But when I was walking through the desert, I had a vision and I saw my hand in another lifetime. And it was a man's hand and it was dark and I was obviously a much bigger frame, taller. And it was resting on the pommel of a camel saddle. I'm sure that has a proper name, but anyway, that's what I saw. And I could feel the movement of being on the camel, and I could feel the other traders that were with me, and that we were moving as this kind of caravan through the desert. And then later, I was that same person, and I was in Morocco, and it felt like Morocco, and she could have been anywhere, but that's the feeling of it. And I saw this woman. I was sitting on a rooftop, and I saw this woman dancing. I must have seen her from the rooftop in her courtyard or somewhere below. And she was completely joyful and surrendered into the music. And I was so moved by her spirit and her soul. And in that moment, in that remembrance, really, that was coming from that vision, I remembered thinking, that is the divine that's God. That's perfect unity of divinity in the human experience. There was no boundary between life. There was just an embrace and an expression of all that was happening, unfiltered and truthful in that moment, manifesting through that woman's expression. And I remember having this thought that when I did that, I would be having that same divine experience. It was very sacred. And it reminded me, after I began to come out of that vision and feel how that related to how I was living my life, this lifetime, and perhaps some of the spiritual reasons, the kind of soul instinct that had led me to have these particular experiences and take this particular journey this lifetime, and what the inner purpose of that might be. I reflected on that sense of, I think it was a Sufi story in that tradition, where the soul wasn't so sure about jumping into the body. It was like, I don't know, that doesn't look like heaven to me. That looks like a lot of suffering and a lot of challenge. And so the creation, I'm paraphrasing hugely here, but the creation and the expression of music began to emanate through the body. And the soul was like, you know what? I think that may make it worthwhile. And went zoop, and jumped into the body to have the human journey. I always remember that feeling of the power of art and creativity and expression, whether it's dance or music or whatever that art that really speaks to your soul may be, but the power of that to help us navigate our human journey and embrace the mystery and the multiplicity of our experience. It feels so powerful to me to be able to be here in this human form, keep that divine connection in the heart, and just take this journey with all of its unexpected twists and turns. And there's a song on the album, the last song actually, which speaks of unveiling and this divine relationship. So I wanted to play a little bit of that for you and just give you that understanding of where the motivation to actually create the whole album and my feeling, particularly with this song, is kind of sitting. And it's come out of that experience that I had at a soul level. Let me play a little bit for you from that track. Greetings from my heart to you, are always with me. You are the compass of my life. My course is yours. To share more, but you can stream it. It's available online. If you are listening to the album, I hope you are really gaining some kind of sacredness from the experience of it. And for those of us that are walking a tricky time and really need that divine guidance and direction, I hope that you feel it in your heart in the ways that truly resonate for you and bring you greatest benefit. May your path be blessed. So much love, dear one, from my heart to yours.